bottle that and sell it. Oh my God.
Yeah, it was like people love this stuff. They were like going crazy over it.
That's my spiel.
Right,
I never
spiel.
have a good transition out of them. It's always just
spiel.
like I'm done, and now it's back to Roman. Hello and welcome to WTF, where we help you transform food in your kitchen. I'm Janie.
And I'm Roman.
And on this channel, we talk about unique ingredients and techniques and show you new recipes for your kitchen. So, and today I'm really pleased because we're doing one of Roman's favorite recipes from his restaurant days. So he's happy to share it with us today, and I'm excited to see how exactly we make a General Tso's mushrooms, which I'll be honest, I have not had it before, and I'm looking forward to see how it turns out. I guess we're gonna dive right into this, right? I think we pretty much all know what General Tso's chicken is. We've all had it, and not my favorite. I tend to find it a little greasy and overly, like got too much in it.
Too much in it.
Too much in it. But I'm looking forward to seeing Roman's version. Tell us about your General Tso's mushrooms.
All right, so my General Tso's mushrooms are the vegetarian version of General Tso's chicken. I use a king oyster mushroom because that's like one of your meatier mushrooms. So you're gonna get a lot of nice bite out of it. It'll hold up well against the sauce, which is very pungent, and frying, which is what we're gonna do.
All right.
So and like Janie said, this is like one of my favorite recipes at the restaurant. When we did do this, this was very, very, very popular. A lot of the chefs that I worked with that went on to do their own things, they introduced this to their menus also.
Cool.
So it was always cool, like, going to a fellow chef's restaurant and, having this dish on there, just like it made me feel good that, that we could come up with something that was so good.
Cool.
So let's just start off. It's very easy, very super simple. A bunch of ingredients here. We have some honey, have some stock, some soy sauce, some sesame oil, chili sauce, hoisin sauce, tomato paste. I have some black garlic and honey puree here, which is kind of the secret sauce. This is not something that you would find in a traditional General Tso sauce, but this is something that's kind of like the backbone to the sauce that I came up with. And then of course we have some Ultratex 3, which is going to hold everything together and give it that nice body, and it's going to be able to hold on to that mushroom really nice.
Okay, let's
All
go
right,
for
so
it.
let's do it. So we're going to start off with we have some veg stock here, and this is pretty simple. Everything is going in at once. There's no real, super technique here. We're just going to get everything. That's just some honey.
And I think we always get from people who are vegan. Can I substitute like agave or something else for the honey if I want to?
You definitely can substitute agave for the honey. Some soy. Some sesame oil, some hoisin. At the restaurant, we made our own hoisin, by the way. Yep, we made our own hoisin.
If you ask me what hoisin is, I don't think I can tell you, even though I've had it my entire life.
Base fermented black bean.
Oh,
that's the base to it. Chili oil, which we also made in-house. Tomato paste.
Like for the longest time, I didn't realize that oyster sauce actually had oysters in it.
It legit has oysters, yep.
Because I feel like like you do it, just oyster sauce.
Yeah, that's one that we never made in-house. We always just bought it. I don't know why. I was always scared to make oyster sauce using real oysters. It's kind of weird. I'd rather eat a raw oyster than make a sauce out of it. Okay, and then this is, like I said earlier, the backbone. This is our honey garlic. So this is honey and garlic that has been pressure cooked for about 5 hours, and you get this really nice, lovely caramelized honey and garlic.
Yeah, we're gonna release the recipe for that separately.
Yes.
If you don't have it, go without it. But if you do have it, it'll be better with it.
In the recipe, if you don't have it, you can substitute. You can just get black garlic from, there's a couple of stores that carry that, and you just up the honey. This method that we do here with the black garlic and the honey is a little different than that. It's not just really adding it, it's building flavor, which obviously we're gonna have a recipe of that on its own on another WTF. But that, you almost can't substitute it, but if you're going to, you just throw some black garlic in it, that's all. All right, so we're going to turn this up to medium high. Let's get the cap on before it's all over the place. And we'll just blend that for a good couple of seconds, 30, 40 seconds. You just wanna combine it, and then we'll take the top off. And we'll slowly add in the Ultratex 3.
So Ultratex 3, it's a modified tapioca starch, and It's really used in place where you would normally use a tapioca starch to thicken, and the benefit of Ultratech 3 is that it's a much better binder. It holds things more consistently, gives it like a nice glossy sheen, a lot of body, a lot of hold. So it's great for a lot of different uses.
And the reason I use it is because it's cold soluble, so you don't have to heat it up like tapioca. That's the main reason why we use it at the restaurant.
There you go.
All right. I mean, it was important because we already, because we made everything in the house, we didn't really want to heat things up to lose the volatility of it. You know what I mean? And,
Yeah.
you know,
There's like so much aroma going on right now.
It's beautiful.
Like,
I love this
like he
thing.
took the blender off and like really just walked it throughout the room. Great flavor. Yeah, it's like smells pungent and spicy and salty.
It's got all those great flavors so that you can
Sweet,
get that
yeah.
aroma in there. We'll just pour that in there just so you can get a nice good look at it. You can see the texture of that. And there you go. And then we'll be back. We'll make our marinade. We'll get our dredge together and we'll fry up some mushrooms.
Cool. Be right back.
So we're back and we are going to get into the next steps of the General Tso's, and that would be making the marinade. So right here I have some egg whites. I have some rice wine vinegar and some soy sauce. That's basically all it is. Just gonna add that to the egg whites. And then I'm just gonna give it a quick blend. You can use a whisk if you have, but just quick blend. And there's your marinade. At the restaurant, we actually used to make the marinade and then vacuum seal the mushrooms in there.
Yeah.
They don't need to be in there that long, but you know, if you're doing numbers, it doesn't hurt to do that, especially if you want to get some stuff ahead of time done.
Okay. But it's because like the oysters are so dense, they're not going to get waterlogged.
Exactly.
Okay.
And that's why we use the oysters. So nice and foamy, get it in there. We're just going to let it sit. You could let this marinade as long as overnight, 2 days, 3, 4 days, or a few minutes, which is what we're gonna do here. All right, so we'll let that sit there, and then we have our 2 dredges that we're going to use. Crisp coat and AP flour.
You have so many bowls on the table.
I
right
know,
now.
I'm sorry.
I'm
Trying
to make sure the camera gets the full view of everything,
All right, so we're gonna combine that. That's
Okay.
the AP flour and the crisp coat.
Okay.
This here, we have our AP and our Evercrisp. And we get that in there because we don't want to lose any of that. That is porcini powder.
Okay.
So we want to make sure that we separate that because that's some of the flavor right there. So we'll just.
So it doesn't matter that this is still foamy?
No, not at all. Not
Okay.
at all. And so now we're going to go back into it's almost like a double dredge, and then that goes into the flavor, and you're going to get with using this method you're going to get like a nice crust also with the double dredge method.
Yep.
All right, and our oil is ready to go, so we're going to go right into the fryer. You can almost look at it and look how craggly that looks, and that's what you're going to get when it comes. You're going to get these really nice craggly pieces that are really nice, and that'll hold the sauce also. But it'll be really, really crunchy. All right, so let's go right into fryer.
All right, so while we're waiting for that to fry up, I do want to take this moment to talk about this week's ingredient highlight, which will be the Crisp Coat and the Evercrisp. So if you're not familiar with those 2 products, Crisp Coat is a modified tapioca starch, but specifically modified to provide this really crispy outer coating. So I like to think about it as in place of part of the flour or all of the flour. It's best used when you have kind of like, you want this kind of very light batter, almost like kind of a very light tempura. So without. So that's kind of what Crisp Coat is good for, and Evercrisp is one of our favorite ingredients to do any type of frying. So you place a part of the flour with it, and it's a modified starch, so that has no gluten, And what it does is when you put it into your flour, it keeps your flour from being able to retain moisture to the same degree, right? And moisture equals sogginess when we're talking about frying.
Exactly.
So less moisture equals more crispy fried goods. So Evercrisp we try to put into almost everything that we fry because it's going to make inherently everything not only come out crispier, but also stay crispier for longer because the dough or the batter doesn't have the ability to absorb the moisture from the air at the same rate that it otherwise would. So I can go on about Evercrisp, I'm not going to, but you can check out all the different applications and recipes in the link in the description below, modernistpantry.com, Evercrisp, and Crispco. All right, and how do you know, Roman, that all the oyster mushrooms are cooked through?
Usually it takes about 3 to 4 minutes.
Okay.
And they're cooked through. Oh, that looks good. That's beautiful. That is beautiful. Looks great. Okay, so I'm gonna get these out of here. Normally what we do, we would put them on a tray, with a grate. But if you have, paper towel will be fine. That'll soak up some of that oil. I love the look of that. It looks beautiful. It's very crispy.
It almost looks like chicken wings.
It does, and
right?
that's what we're going for.
Okay.
And that was the idea of the double dredge. That gives it like that craggly look that we're looking for. So that's, you want to get it either on the towel or in the grate. Get rid of that excess oil that you can see leaking out of there. Once you're done, we're gonna go right into this guy while it's still very hot.
Okay.
Okay, and then we're gonna add the secret ingredients, which is the General Tso.
All right, that looks amazing.
And you can hear it. It's like ASMR. You can hear that crispiness. It's beautiful.
Ooh.
Let's get some of this on a plate. That looks beautiful. It almost looks like what's that chicken? Buffalo chicken.
Oh
buffalo.
yeah.
It almost looks like
totally looks like buffalo
looks like
chicken.
buffalo chicken. A little bit of. And we are ready
That looks so good.
to eat.
Okay, moment of truth.
Let's do it.
Okay. Ooh, all right, I'm gonna take this one.
I'm going to take this one.
This looks so good.
It does.
And you can see how beautifully the sauce is clinging to the
and
mushrooms.
Still very crispy.
That's so good.
Right?
Oh my gosh.
And because the king oyster mushroom is so dense, it almost has a protein type, not really chicken because chicken kind of shreds, but it really has like a meaty texture to it.
It's juicy, just like kind of a well-cooked piece of chicken. You have the crispy outside, the super flavorful sauce. You got the like slight heat, the sweetness, the salty. You've hit all the flavor notes on this, and then you got like the meaty bite on the inside. I'm gonna say this is better than any General Tso's chicken that I've ever had.
I would say it is.
And you don't need to be vegetarian or vegan or anything to enjoy this. This is absolutely fantastic. So good.
One of the things at the restaurant was a lot of the people that were huge fans of it weren't vegetarian or vegan or anything. They just really loved like the flavors and even the texture of the mushrooms.
Yeah.
We got a lot of great compliments on the dish.
Oh my god, this is so good. Definitely get the full recipe in the links in the description below. Let us know what you think, because this one's a winner for sure. And until next week, from here in the Modernist Pantry Test Kitchen, I'm Janie.
And I'm Roman.
And we transform
Food.